The Battle of Mactan, fought on April 27, 1521, on the shores of Mactan Island in the Philippines. The humid air hung thick and heavy over the sandy shores of Mactan, the scent of salt and damp earth mingling with the rising tension. Sunlight glinted off the polished steel of Spanish armor as Ferdinand Magellan surveyed the assembled ranks. 50 of his best-equipped men, a mix of swordsmen, arquebusiers, and crossbowmen, stood ready to follow him into the shallows. A throng of indigenous warriors, their dark skin glistening under the tropical sun, brandished spears, campolans, and bows. Their voices rose in a defiant roar, a wave of sound that crashed against the relative silence of the European ranks. Lapu-Lapu himself, imposing stature adorned with intricate tattoos and a fierce expression, stood at the forefront. His gaze fixed on the approaching ships. Magellan, confident in his men's superior weaponry and training, signaled the advance. The Spaniards waded through the shallow water, their heavy armor hindering their progress on the uneven seabed. As they drew closer, the first volley of arrows rained down upon them, some bouncing harmlessly off their steel, others finding unprotected flesh. The arquebuses barked, spitting fire and iron, felling several of the islanders. But the sheer number of Lapu-Lapu's warriors was overwhelming. They surged forward, their agility and knowledge of the terrain proving a significant advantage. The Spaniards found themselves bogged down in the shallows, struggling to maintain formation. The battle raged fiercely. Swords clashed against native blades, the air filled with shouts, war cries, and the thud of bodies falling onto the blood-soaked sand. Magellan, fighting bravely at the front, directed his men. An arrow struck Magellan in the leg. He pressed on. But then a well-aimed blow from a campolan struck him in the arm, leaving him weakened. Seeing their leader fall, the Spanish ranks began to waver. Lapu-Lapu, recognizing the turning point, pressed his attack with renewed vigor. More warriors swarmed Magellan, their weapons finding their mark. Despite the efforts of his loyal men to protect him, the great explorer succumbed to his wounds, falling face down into the shallow water. Panic spread through the remaining Spaniards. They scrambled back towards their ships, leaving their fallen comrades behind. The warriors of Mactan pursued them relentlessly, their triumphant cries echoing across the bay. The Battle of Mactan was a decisive victory for Lapu-Lapu and his people. It marked a significant early resistance against European colonization in the Philippines and cemented Lapu-Lapu's place in history as a hero who defended his homeland against foreign invaders. The news of Magellan's death and the Spanish defeat sent shockwaves back to Europe, a stark reminder that the age of exploration would not be without its costs.